Good evening! I know it is later than usual, so today is gonna be a chill stream also. I just wanted. Oh, yeah, I should probably let my community know that I'm live, and also if anyone wants to claim their wheel spins today, they can do that. By the way, if anyone would like to claim your wheel spins today, feel free to come in for them. Okay, hi. Alright. Now, today I am really sleepy. I think I mentioned that in my announcement for my stream, that I am quite tired out. It's been a whole day of being out, and I've just been stressed out of my mind for the upcoming event, but I'm glad that most things have been ironed out already and that we are very close to getting everything together. I'm still worried about a couple things, but I'm sure they'll go along okay. So fingers crossed everything goes on smoothly. Okay, let me just turn off this. Okay, I've got a number of like I've got a number of stuff on this like to-do listing from way back. I'm probably going to update it and just remove the old, what do you call it? Where's the sidebar? There it is. So I'm just gonna remove my to-do list since that's very outdated. Sakura, nice to see you. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. How are you? How are you? Oh, you can hear my kitties in the background. My iPad screen doesn't seem to be... Okay, let me restart my iPad screen. Hopefully, there it is. Okay, it's working now. Darker, darker, and yet darker. Hi, Brad. How are you? I've been good, just busy. That's totally understandable. Are you going for any of the events, the upcoming ones? That's totally understandable. I hope you've been well, though. Kitty's shouting. Yeah, they're yelling at me right now. I don't know why. So, Brad, would you like to do your wheel spin today? I can load it up real quick. Hold on. What was it that... Of course. Honestly, today is the perfect time for it because Himi is very, very sleepy. So it's the perfect time for me to mommy you. Okay, matete. I'm going to Dojima, but only one day. Oh, day 1 or day 2? Okay, let me just load up the Easter debut thread so that I can recall who I owe stuff from. Himeo Toki. 3 minutes of Himeo Toki. Interesting. Okay, I'll try my best. 3 minutes, right? Hold on. Okay, if I'm being honest, baby girl, I don't really know how to do a male voice. It's quite difficult for me. Like, I don't know why I sound like a dude bro right now too, but I guess Himeo Toki would also be a dude bro, you know? Or maybe she'd be a prince, who knows? He'd be a prince. Like, I'm... This is too much. Hey, if you ever need a listening ear, I'm here. If you ever need a friend, I'm here. That's no homo as well, you know? Like, what up, dude? Yeah, what up? What up, you guys? I'm so happy to be streaming again, because I feel like it's been forever since I last saw you. I miss your face. I miss y'all's good vibes, you know? It's always been a great time. I like talking to you guys. I like just generally chilling. I feel like guys, you know, like we don't really know how to emotionally support each other, but y'all have been so kind to me, and I feel like I can tell you my deepest, darkest secrets, and you won't judge me, you know. So thanks for being the people that you are. You're like the people, you know, like when people say like the shit, but you're not shit. I don't want to call you shit. So you're like the people, my people. Yeah, you're the people. Well, would you like to go out sometime? Like, you want to go on a date? I know a place with, you know, rad ice cream,
and I'll be here for you no matter what. I'm trying to channel the Love and Deep Space Boys, but it's not working. It's not working, chat. What do they say to me? What do the boys say to me? I need to channel it right now. Well, whatever you do, I'm here for you, kitten. Whatever you want, baby girl, I'll be your dream. I'm here to make you happy. As long as I can see you smile, my day is made. You are my purpose. You're my reason for even being here. Like, what's the point if I'm gonna live life without you, right? Pipsqueak. Princess, my love, my dear. Someone likes to tease me. Okay. That is 3 minutes of email Tokyo. That was awful. I need a script next time. I'll probably go look for a script for the future because that was terrible. That was terrible. Oh gosh. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Brad. I'm dying of cringe. I'm dying. Literally dying. Thank you for the golly voice. No way. Not even, girl. I was dead. You killed me dead. You killed me dead. How am I going to... Guys, if someone subs now, I'll shave my hand hair and leg hair. Wait, what part of the leg? Like the whole leg? Or just like the toes? You know that's a thing, right? I don't know if you guys are aware, but like for me, I sometimes have to epilate my toes because my toes are a little bit hairy at times when I kind of neglect them. Himi, hi Theo. How are you feeling right now? Are you good? Okay, I need to actually go to Trello and see what I have remaining to do because your girl kind of forgot. I'm gonna try and... No, you're not late at all. I just started. All the way up to my hoo-ha. Oh, damn! I mean, get the bread. It feels great to be clean-shaven. But once it starts growing out a little bit, and then it gets really prickly and stuff, buttery smooth. Yeah, for like a day or 2 days. Oh, get that title card. Bread, ayo. Okay, so I think today I have quite a lot of I have a couple of commissions and a couple of sketch redeems to get done. There's quite a lot actually. So I'm mostly gonna just be drawing today. But if you guys want to, you know, just hang out, that's totally fine. LJ, nice to see you. Oh yeah, LJ, I owe you so many real spin rewards. Like, feel free to claim any if you want. Like, I have the 5-minute Himi Reacts, 3-minute roleplay, 9-minute roleplay, in fact. So if you want any roleplay audio, I can try my best to do that. I feel like there's an air bubble that's stuck in my stomach. Oh, that sounds so uncomfortable. Is it from something you ate? Okay, I'm trying to see if my iPad has charged. Okay, it's charged up. It's at 95%. So I can do... I have a couple of... what do you call that? I have a couple of commissions to do. The first one being a Monster Hunter one. So I'm just gonna get that out of the way first. It's quite easy, I would think. But the custom secret colors are a little bit challenging. Oh, right, yeah. I like burp. Oh no. Feel better soon, Theo. Feel better soon. I heard Monhan and immediately got excited. Oh, I'm just doing some commissions right now. Because I have a Monhan commission. Things have slowed down a little bit since
since I launched these, but I'm still thankful and happy that there are people looking for cute portraits of their character. I would like to play more Monhan soon though. I feel like it's been a while. I feel like I should just remove some of this. But the accessory is different. We just remove all the accessory parts from here. How expensive is it to be a full-time VTuber in your experience? Honestly, not expensive. The main cost, the bulk of the cost will be in you buying the Vtuber model if you want a custom one. But if you're looking to just try it out, you can also get some pre-mades, which you can easily get for less than $100 too. Oh, thank you, Brad. Thank you for the lyric. So it's very possible to start VTubing on a budget or even for free. You just have to learn how to set things up on your own, and you're good. Wait, which brush should I use for this one? Okay. So it's not too expensive, but if you want to constantly upgrade your setup to accommodate newer games and to update your model, then of course it does add up. What is a sustainable monthly amount to earn? I think to become a full-time VTuber for me, I'll have to earn, I'd say a safe amount for me is maybe 3K. That's just like average Singapore salary for someone who's relatively fresh graduated. So about 3K take home would be the ideal amount. But I'm just saying that as someone who's talking about my living expense here, and with my current insurance coverage, and also factoring in that in the future I will need to pay for my upcoming house, I think 3K is a sustainable amount to take home. You can definitely live on way less, but that will be a bit more tight. That will be an amount I'm very comfortable with. Other than that, I think someone could live on maybe 1,800 a month or so. Minus all unnecessary expenditure and stuff. It's definitely doable. Just depends on your lifestyle and what you have to pay for. But I think with a house, it'll be more expensive. So that's my main concern. Because my house is coming on, when's that? 2027. And that's gonna be the main stressor. But if I was still living with my parents and I didn't have to worry about a house, I could live on a lot less. It's just that now is the saving period. I think 3K as a VTuber, as tight as it is, I know it can be quite tight. And I'm also supporting my parents every month, like not extensively. They have 3 children and we're kind of giving them like a token amount. But so for some context, earlier last year I found out that my parents were actually struggling with debt, and they were living paycheck to paycheck. Like they've drained all their savings to keep the business afloat, and it was a really tough time for them because my mom had to stop taking pay, and they had to take pretty big bank loans in order to what's that called, stay afloat. They were still very giving people and they weren't like struggling. They just couldn't afford many luxuries or, you know, expensive meals and things like that. So since then, I've been trying to support them a bit more financially. COVID COVID really pulled a fast one on them. Like, business was going all right, you know. I'm not gonna tell you guys what kind of business it is because it's a pretty niche area. So I think if I were to say out, it would be very easy to find their company. But they work in a pretty niche industry, and things were not going well for that industry during COVID. So overall, income was not available. But they are still very giving people. They didn't declare bankruptcy. They didn't want to go out of business. They even continued paying their staff during the pandemic for the whole time that they were on lockdown. So during that time, they got into debt, of course, because it wasn't a sustainable arrangement to use like bank loan to pay staff who weren't even working, you know, because they couldn't work due to the pandemic. They couldn't operate, but they were still paying for the people under them because they didn't want them to have to look for another job, and they were hopeful that maybe post-pandemic things will be better again. But things never really picked up as quickly after that, and so they had to continue paying off their debt. So since then, I've been supporting them financially, not by a lot. It's a I don't know how to explain the amount. It's like not enough to live on, but enough to like really supplement, you know, like a significant amount enough to help out. And I wanted to do what I could. So because of this arrangement, I also have quite a bit that is cut out of what I would usually be able to take home. And I'm okay with that, you know, because at the end of the day, they are my parents and they've taken care of me since I was a kid. I'm not saying that kids are like obligated to give money to their parents or anything, but I think my parents, with the sacrifices they made for my education and how they raised me, I'm very grateful for them. So I'm more than happy to help where I can, although my capacity is not a lot, but I'm not rich by any means. So I do as much as I can with what I have. And I'm happy to say that they are debt-free now. But my mom still isn't working anymore, and so money can still be tight for them. So I just continue giving them a token amount, even though they no longer have debt. Yeah, debt-free is really important. It was a major blessing because it was a huge debt. Like, the debt was in the six figures, and it took a long time and a lot of help and luck and blessing, constant prayer on their part, and they managed to. They don't own their company anymore, if that gives you any clue to what might have happened. And they didn't take anything excess from where they managed to clear the debt because they wanted to make sure that whoever believed in them also got, you know, something that paid back on their investments. So they didn't take anything from when their business was no longer theirs. And now they're just kind of living paycheck to paycheck with whatever they have, they live on. So I'm still giving them money in order to just supplement that. But yeah, I think it can be quite difficult. Living expenses in Singapore is high. It's no joke. It can be quite expensive, even if you're just, you know, going about your day, not doing anything lavish. It can still be a bit pricey sometimes. And it hasn't helped that inflation has hit us pretty hard over the past year or so. It's been quite insane. Biggest pain point was when I bought my HDB. I get it. It's to the point where I've actually considered this year because Okay, I don't talk about my personal life as much as I used to, but work opportunities for my husband have been quite slim, so we're mostly being sustained on my full-time job. So things have been not very easy, and sometimes I still feel quite financially insecure. So there have been times where I've also considered just giving up the house. We haven't taken our key yet. I've considered just giving up our house and maybe moving in with our parents, or having some sort of arrangement where that's not going to be a big stressor. You know, it's like a rite of passage, right? If he's looking for work in the government, hit me up, Ayo. The thing is, it's kind of a tricky situation. So I've shared before that my husband is in the military, but the military environment turned out to not be a suitable fit for him, and they're still trying to accommodate where he would be able to fit. So, but it's still undetermined, and if in the case that he's unable to find a place, then it's going to be really tough. It's gonna be really tough because, you know, when you are working a government job, most of the time you're tied to a contract, right? And that contract isn't over yet, so he can't just freely leave. And if the contract comes with training, if you leave, you'll also get into debt. And that's why we feel a bit stuck at the moment. We can't leave, can't find a suitable place, and it's tough. Because it's not like you can preview the job. So I know that in some government jobs, like I have friends who are teachers, and with teachers they have this like contract teaching where you are thrown into a school for, I don't know, a couple months or something to see if you're suitable for the job first. And then if you think that it's okay, you go ahead and like get a contract with the government or something. I'm not sure of the details, but that's what I heard from some of my friends who are teachers, that's what they go through. Then attachment, something like that. So they kind of get to preview how the job would be like. And if they feel like, you know what, at the end of the day, this isn't a good fit for me, I can't deal with kids or whatever it is, then they can just leave, right? Like after that. But it's not really the same with military jobs. You can't just like try and test it. So it's really hard when you get thrown into an environment where you can't cope, but you also can't go. So it's so difficult. I don't know what to do. I've honestly felt stuck for a long time already. He too, of course. My husband's the one who's stuck, and it's put us in a pretty precarious situation, because now we're kind of on hold, right? And he's on medical leave for his mental well-being, but it's just holding out and crossing your fingers and hoping that eventually you'll be able to find a place. But the thing is, it's not determined whether you will or not. And if you don't, then I don't know what's gonna happen to us. It's no small amount, you know, like what you have to pay back if you leave too. So it's scary, it's rough, it's a very uncertain time for both of us, and I've been considering giving up the house because of that. Because how can we afford it if I'm gonna be the only one working, and he has job instability, or he'll be unemployed for a period? We can't afford it. So we're kind of backed into a corner here. Thankfully, we have maybe a year or 2 years until we really have to collect the keys, and before that we can still give up the house. But we already paid 10% and an option fee, which is no small amount. Like, that is the entirety of my working life. Yeah, I'm gonna try to hold on to as long as we can, because
the entirety of my CPF from my working life, or like a good chunk of it, had already gone for the house down payment, and that's, I think it's not something that you get back if you give it up. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how that works, but I'm gonna try and hold on to it as long as we can. I know I'm like just sleepy and pretty much just blabbing everything that's going on in my life, but I've just been so exhausted. It's so stressful, like different things happening. Of course, this is just one of the things, but there is also the events. There's like so much stuff going on. Thankfully, work has been something that I've been able to cope with. It wasn't something I could cope with well. Sometime last year, I was really struggling, but now I think I'm in a much better place with my job familiarity. Oh man. The thing is, I feel like a lot of jobs expect you to hold on. I'm gonna get a hairband because my fringe keeps going into my eyes. Okay, I got it. Okay, got it. Ever since I grew out my bangs, I've been thinking every day of cutting them. It's the stress bang syndrome. So when I was younger, I would like pick at my what do you call it? Like pick at my acne or my pimples or my scabs. Like I was a picker. And then now that I'm older, I opt for stress bangs instead. So there have been periods of my life when I was at my job and just super stressed, and my fringe was driving me insane because it kept falling into my eyes. And at some point I just decide like I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna cut it short, and then it looks awful for like a couple weeks, but it does relieve me of the stress for a short moment. It's really bad. Stress bangs. And I would cut it myself because obviously I'm not gonna spend money to go to a salon while I'm stressed. So I just like cut my bangs myself. I had a wolf cut, but it really doesn't suit me, I don't think. And no, I don't have a wolf cut actually. Not anymore. I had a wolf cut for a while last year, but I don't have a wolf cut anymore. Stress bangs, the new fragrance from Gucci. Tell me about it. I'll be their first customer. In fact, I'll be the inspiration for the scent. Just stressed out bangs. Face number 2. Which one was face number 2? Hi, Dion. I'm alright. I'm just having a bit of a stressful week. And I was sharing a little bit of my stress with chat just now. But you know, I'm still coping. It's like one of those situations where you can't really do anything about it. So all you can do is hold on and hope that things get better. Like there's so much out of your control that it's just, you know, there's nothing we can do. We can only hope, pray, wait, see. You know? I think I'm coping a lot better now. Amidst the stressors, I checked myself into therapy 2 months ago. I enrolled into therapy because I felt like I couldn't deal anymore. I was just under so much stress and so worried every day. But I was discharged from therapy the last session. I felt like, at least in that moment, I felt like I was confident and that I could move forward without having to check in every other month. And my therapist was really patient with me. She was really nice, but she also said that if I ever need it, I can go back. So I know it's always an option for me if I really needed to go. But for now, you know, it's quite costly. So after I got the steps from her, so my issue was I felt very scared. I felt very unconfident about the future and a bit stressed out, you know? So when I started feeling that way and it started affecting me, I enrolled myself in therapy to kind of find ways to cope. And it's been really helpful. It was really helpful for me because
I was pointed in the direction of, refocusing. I was asked to refocus on things, and oh, I used the wrong face. Space 2. No worries. I'll just redo. She really helped me to achieve my goals in the moment, and I'm more than happy to go back again if, I really need it. Proud of you for gaining strength. Thank you, thank you. I don't know if it's an oldest child thing, but I felt like ever since I was younger, I've always tried to be on autopilot, like if I need help, I'll ask, I'll tank it. My family, although I love my family, but we've never really been the kind of family that's very open about our emotions. We functioned as a family, we spent time together, but we weren't like sharing the nitty-gritty of our lives, My parents weren't very involved in that aspect. And they're lovely people, they are, and they fulfill their role like wonderfully, like they put food on the table, but in terms of being emotional supports and understanding what I needed sometimes emotionally, it wasn't always present. So I always turned to friends for stuff like that. It's been a bit lonelier ever since my best friend moved over to New Zealand. I felt like she was kind of someone who always gave me a reality check, and she was someone I could really tell all of my concerns to. And I did the same for her. Of course, we do call and we still keep in touch, but it's not the same as, sitting on the couch and having some green tea and just crying together when things get stressful. She has seen me through so much, and I've seen her through a lot as well. But life is easier when you have people to support you. And I'm grateful that I had the chance to be in the same region as her and be friends with her, because I felt like without her I wouldn't be the same person that I am now. I hope that everyone deserves a close friend. It's so important to have people to turn to. But if not, professional services are out there. Like if you really need therapy, then go for it if it's accessible to you. When it comes to therapy, it's usually stuff that I feel I can't talk to anyone about. So I felt like the most recent enrollment had... before that, when I checked into therapy the previous times, it was for stuff like friendship issues. Like my friend group was falling apart and I didn't know what to do, but I also couldn't really talk to them because they were the perpetrators for these feelings, right? So when I felt like I couldn't turn to my usual people, then I decided to go for therapy. Then before that, I think I've checked into therapy a total of 3 times now. This one's my 4 times now, and this is my 4th time. The first time I checked in was because I was experiencing I was cheated on, and I didn't know how to deal with these feelings, and I didn't know anyone else who dealt with these feelings. I just felt so lost and betrayed and just awful all around, right? Because my ex-boyfriend cheated on me with someone who I considered was a close friend, and I felt so stuck. I didn't know what to do. So that session really helped me to direct my way, what I wanted to do after that, and really get me back on track mentally, because that was so damaging. It was so damaging. Thankfully, it was already a bit kind of like buffed. Like, it wasn't the first time I was getting cheated on. So I had a taste of being cheated on before, but this was a whole different ball game because it was 2 people that I trust, right? So it was like a double betrayal. It was crazy. I felt like I was in some drama, and I genuinely didn't know how to cope or what to do. And I was not able to do my work properly. I was in university at the time. I wasn't able to do my work properly. I wasn't able to function properly, because obviously something like that really incapacitates somebody, right? So that's what happened when I first checked myself into therapy. Second one was because of friendship issues, and I just didn't know what was going on with my usual friends. Like, things seemed off, and I was just anxious for some reason. So I went in, and that really helped. Then afterwards, it was... What was it the third time I went in for? I can't remember. But because the latest time was because of, like... I feel like when couples have problems, we're each other's best friends, right? Like, me and my husband are each other's best friends. And when we fight or when things get really uncertain, I feel very scared. And I wasn't sure how to cope with these feelings. So I checked myself into therapy to kind of get an opinion and gain a sense of direction and recalibrate, like how I wanted to approach things, how I could view things in another light if possible. So it was very, 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 very helpful. Okay. Yeah, I got hit by the K-drama. Jiyeon, the betrayal. I know, right? Oh, Jiyeon, by the way, I owe you a set of bunny ears because you won it from my giveaway on my Subby Bunnies giveaway. So if you have a character sheet or something you would like me to base the bunny ears on, could you let me know? And I'll get to it as soon as I can. The bunny ears are quite quick to do. Thank you for sharing. Aw, no worries. I think my Hunch Bunnies have always had a small glimpse into my life. Like, I don't share everything about my life on the internet. I don't think that's very wise. But the things that I do curate to share, I'm thankful that you guys are here to listen. I'm thankful for your presence. And thankful for your encouragement too. I think most of the time I can tell it in a more entertaining way. But today I'm sleepy, so I didn't put on the drama, because there are so many details, especially to the story when I got cheated on, that are just so juicy. Oh my god, I didn't even know how I lived through that because it was so crazy. My ex-boyfriend tried to gaslight me into thinking that he tried to gaslight me into thinking that I wasn't a supportive enough girlfriend, and that's why he cheated. And I was like, what? That's bullshit, bro. Like, even in my completely destroyed state, I was like, don't try to push this blame on me, brother. You made your decisions. Just because you feel attraction for someone else, which I think is pretty normal, doesn't mean that you have the freedom to act on it, especially when you're taken. There was so much audacity in that man. It's not even that. It wasn't even like a full-on like emotional and physical cheat. He wasn't having another girlfriend behind my back, but he was doing things that disregarded my feelings. And it's the little things. It's the ignoring me so you can talk to my friend when we're supposed to be chatting at night. And then he would take a long time to respond. And I was like, are you talking to someone else? Like, what's going on? And then he would admit to it and say like, oh no, we're talking about important stuff for school, because they were in the same school and I wasn't in the same school as them. And I was like, okay, if you really have to, right? But it happened so frequently that my antennas were just like, that's not normal. Like, that's not just regular friendship behaviors. And the thing is, I really was very communicative about how I was uncomfortable with the whole situation, because this was my friend that he met through me that we're talking about. And it's a friend that I've had for many years. And I basically told him like, hey, I know you guys are in the same school and stuff. Oh, it was consecutive. It was for weeks, months even, where it was just like, babe, I'm not very comfortable that you are always going out with her. Like, I would like to be a part of it too. But then when we went out, they would ignore me and they would have their own conversations. So I felt like a third wheel to my own, to my own relationship. And it got to a point where he started getting really snappy at me and getting angry at me easily for just regular things that I would usually have done. Like, take some time to look at toys when we were out because I thought they looked cute. And then all of a sudden he'd be like, why you always like to look at toys? Like, we're good be. Like, I feel like every time you go out, you want to look at toys. I'm like, but it's never been an issue before. Like, why are you bringing it up now? So I was very direct in asking him, like, hey, you're being very snappy at me, and I don't know what is going on, but it feels like you're projecting something, and I feel like you are. I feel like my friend has something to do with it, and I've been sensing this for a while. But is it that you like her because you're texting her all the time now? You don't make time for me, but you'll make time for her. Like, what's going on? And that's when he admitted, like, oh yeah, actually, yeah, I think I have feelings for her. So in that moment, I was like, okay, so let's figure this out, right? Like, what are your intentions? Like, do you really think that you guys are more compatible or something? Because if that's truly the case, and I was trying so hard not to break down, right? Like, but because I cared so much for my friend and I cared so much for him at that point in time, I didn't want to lose it all, like, at once. It was very hard for me to, like, try to put my own ego aside and say, like, if these two people are really more meant for each other than me and you, then, if you want to try that out and that's really true, then go for it, dude. Like, I'll give you my blessing. It sucks, but I'll give you my blessing. So it was such an interesting confrontation because he somehow deluded himself into thinking she was interested in him. This is so juicy. I'm sorry. I'm just, like, going off on, like, what my ex did to me. Consider the, like, shaved. Oh my gosh, buttery smooth. Yeah, but please focus if you're shaving now. Like, don't get distracted. And then yeah, so I was saying, like, I know you guys are spending a lot more time together. I don't think it's odd that you guys develop feelings. I just wish that you would have told me beforehand and had, the decency to tell me, like, hey, actually, I don't think we're a good fit. I feel like, I might be compatible with someone else. And, leave it at that. Then, rather than, So, what happened before that? Why I say betrayal is not because I sensed something was going on, that was actually something going on. It was because before this, like about a week before he confessed that he had feelings for my friend, he called me when it was pretty late. It was like 9 p.m. Hi, Fairy God, welcome in. It was 9 p.m. and the man called me. I was having night classes at the time, so I answered the phone and he said, hey babe, can I go out drinking with some friends? And I'm like, well, you've never brought me out drinking, but if you really wanted to, I don't mind. And then I asked him, who are you going out with? And then he named my friend, and I was like, is there anyone else? And he said, oh, actually, no, it's just the two of us. I'm like, that's not going out with your friends, babe. That's you going out with my friend without me to drink. And you never even drank with me. So what the heck? Of course not. I told him I would love to go out with you guys if you're going to drink, but I can't today. Maybe we can schedule another time, right? So that was it. And then I put down the phone and just left it at that. But then the day that he confessed to me that he liked her, he also told me, like, hey, actually, he confessed to me that on the day that he asked me for my so-called permission to go drinking with my friend, he also just went. He went. He told me, I know that day I called you to ask if it was okay with you, but I went ahead anyway. So at that point, I was like, dude, what the fuck? That's straight up, like, knowing that I said no and then just going ahead anyway. Like, that is crazy, right? That is such a big hit. So I was like, okay, no way. Well, fine, whatever. Y'all went out to drink together. Then so be it, right? so I called her down, or rather, I talked to him a bit more about this. I asked, like, are you sure that she's interested in you? If the feelings really are mutual, because she is my friend, then, you know, if you really want to try things out, it would have been nice to know beforehand, but now that it's, you know, already developed this far. And he was like, yeah, I know her. The way that she acts around me, I feel like she's being her true self, and that, you know, she's being very genuine with me. Then I'm like, okay, if she likes you that much, then fine, go out and let's just, you know, sit down and talk about this so it doesn't turn into an awkward arrangement, right? That, all right, you want to start dating my boyfriend trial style, which is insanely stupid. But in the moment, I felt like that was the most amicable way for me to, you know, retain my friendship with this girl, and also, you know, give my ex a chance. He hadn't really dated anyone else aside from me, so I thought it was going to be something like that, where, you know, he just wanted to see what it was like with someone else who was a bit more compatible, and according to him. And I was like, okay, let's go for lunch as soon as we can and we'll talk about it, right? So I went to look for them at their school. The next day. And he told her, of course, that I was coming down and we were gonna have lunch. Thank you for the popcorn emote, LJ. I went to their school, I waited for them for lunch, and then when I sat them down, I said, hey girl, I know it's been a while, I know you guys have been hanging out, and I feel like at some point a line was crossed. So I would like to hear from you whether you felt like any lines were crossed, you know? Because I feel betrayed. I feel like some boundaries were crossed, whether knowingly or unknowingly. But I just want to hear from you, where do you think you crossed the line? Or where do you think he crossed the line? And she said, oh, I think it's the day that I went to his house to drink. Guys, that plot twist like slapped me across the face, okay? That plot twist slapped me across the face. And I don't know how this man thought he was gonna get away with it. I don't know. He was already delusioned enough, right? But I was like, what? So like, I turned to my ex, who was also sitting with us, and I was like, you told me you went out to drink. And he said, yeah, I thought you might get mad at the fact that she came by, so I told you that we went out instead. Oh! So I was like, okay. Thank you for the English mode. So I was like, dude, what the hell, right? Because how can you tell me that you are going out with my friend to drink, which I already said no to, and then you bring another girl home? And I asked her, girl, was there someone home? Like, was his mom home? Because his mom worked from home. And I'm like, was his mom home? Was anyone home? And she said, no, nobody was home. Oh? What? And I was like, dude, what do you mean? So he invited you over to his place to drink when no one was around? And you said yes? And you thought that was okay with me? And she said, I genuinely thought that he asked you because he called you, and after he put down the phone, he was like, okay, let's go. So like, this motherfucker. It was so, oh my god. That was when my feelings immediately crashed and like disappeared. It was terrible. I was, oh my god. After that came to light, I was like, bro, you should have just told me from the start. Like, what makes you think I won't find out? Literally, she's my friend. She would tell me the truth, okay? And I know what it's like to lie to my parents. So you can't lie to me, bro. Okay, you cannot. And you're such a sucky liar as well. Like, hello? There is no excuse now. Okay, there's no excuse. You clearly had intentions bringing this girl to your house when no one was around? Like, that's stuff you only do with me at the time. Alright, so
at that point, I was set on breaking up with him already. I was like, yeah, I can't do this. I can't do this, bro. I have no feelings for you anymore. Like, you just made it easier for me to drop the both of you. Like, literally get out of my life. Literally get out of my life. Okay? Okay. So, Singlish mode is over. Yeah, he had thoughts. Okay? So, I was just like, and then you know what happened? There is more. This is not the end of it, all right? This man was someone who I introduced to my church family, to my family. In fact, he was the first boyfriend that I introduced to them, because at that point, I always hid my boyfriends because I thought my parents wouldn't approve. But this was the only boyfriend that I showed my parents, and they had a proper conversation about him. And then, he started going to my church and everything, and we were very intertwined by then, as in social circles wise, right? Social circles wise, we were already very intertwined by then. So I don't know how. You know what happened? Mommy. He wasn't a bangster. He was actually like a proper boy, or someone who seemed like a proper boy, and he served in church. He played a musical instrument. He was in the army, in the musical side of the army. And overall, he always gave a pretty good impression of himself. Yeah. And then, I don't know, like, bro. No, the kicker is this, okay? So in the past, I was a lot more insecure than I am now. And when I used to express to him, like, babe, I'm always afraid that something will happen to us. I've been cheated on once, and I feel like I'm always afraid that it might happen again, because I was totally blindsided the first time, okay? So I told him, if you ever like want to cheat on me, right, I would rather you just tell me straight up that you want to pursue someone else and then save my feelings about it, or you just never let me know and never get caught. Man thought he could play never get caught, but he got caught so bad. Cause what if you don't want to get caught, you wouldn't date someone who's really close to your bestie, like really close to your girlfriend. Like, you wouldn't, like, that's just insane to me, But anyway, so that aside, and his dad also cheated on his mom. So I was like, I read somewhere in the past, I read somewhere that cheating is hereditary. Do you think this will ever happen to us? And he's like, babe, I'm fucking loyal. I will never cheat on you. Someone, guys, send the clown emoji in my chat right now, because like, both because I believed him, and both because he like played, like, he couldn't stick to his own standards. Yeah, so that was a real clown moment, guys. Yeah. It was crazy. So, okay, anyway, that aside, right? So afterwards, he was still attending my church and everything. But we're not a big church. We are a pretty small church of maybe, at the time, 50 people. Everybody knew everybody. And when we broke up, I basically told my parents, like, hey, I'm breaking up with him because he cheated on me, but I don't know if he'll leave our church or not. So just let aunties and uncles know that we're no longer together, but I don't want to make a big fuss about it, and I don't want to like shame him, and I don't want to like cause a scene about our relationship either. So I just want this to blow over. We'll live our separate lives. Even if he decides to continue attending my church, like, so whatever, whatever, like, so be it, okay? That's up to him. But I don't want anyone else like to know what he did and then shame him for it or give him any trouble, because this is between the two of us, right? So yeah. Hey, hi Wing, welcome in. Stay, we're on hot tea right now. Hi Asarath, welcome in. I'm telling the story about my ex who cheated on me with my close friend. It's tea hours, guys. It's Hime's tea hours, because holy, I was just talking about therapy and how I was recently discharged from therapy. Not church drama. Not church drama. It wasn't my church. It was my ex-boyfriend who was the one stirring the pot. Okay. So we're at the point where we've already broken up, and I basically wanted to help him save face. So I told him, like,
I told my mom and dad, like, don't tell anyone else that what happened, that he cheated on me. Just let them know that we're no longer together because, I don't know, we're not a good fit or something happened, but I just don't want it to get out there. And then he'll feel ashamed about it. I basically trusted that, he probably feels enough shame with me confronting him about this and calling him out on all his irony. So we'll leave it at that. I don't want to make a public scene about it, right? Fine. We had an upcoming mission trip that December, and he pulled out from it. And then, of course, the aunties and uncles, they were really concerned, and they went to him and asked, like, hey, what happened? I didn't know this happened, by the way. I didn't know that they went to counsel him, but of course they would. It's church. So it's the previous one. So, of course, they would counsel him. I kind of expected that it would happen, but I didn't ask too much about it. But years later, okay, I catch up with with one of the church aunties, and this was because I was already like gonna get married to my husband, my now husband, and we were basically just catching up, and hold on, let me delete some of these layers. Okay, we were basically just catching up, and then she asked me, like, she felt it was safe enough to ask me because it's been so many years. It's been maybe like 4 years at this point, and she asked, like, actually, between you and the boy, right, that you brought to church, like, what happened? Like, you guys were going good, and then all of a sudden y'all just broke up. It seemed out of nowhere, and then he pulled out from the mission trip, and then it just like that, so what happened actually? And then I told her, oh, he cheated on me. And she was flabbergasted and so upset. She got visibly upset. She was like, what? And I was like, why? What happened? Like, I thought we were past this already. Didn't we get past this already? Like, and she said, do you know what he told me? And I was like, no, I don't know what he told anyone because I didn't go and ask. And she said, when I asked him why he was pulling out of the mission trip and being so emo and why y'all broke up, he got so damsel in distressy about it and said, like, oh, basically, Hime doesn't want to work things out with me anymore. Hime doesn't want to give me any more chances. Like, she's sick of me. She doesn't want to, like make it work, so I guess we'll never get married. I'm like, what? Excuse me? And I was like, oh, let me tell you what happened. So I told her the whole story about how he cheated on me with one of my good friends, and that was why we ended things. And because I wanted to save face, I didn't say anything about it. And she was like, oh, so this guy was trying to gain all our sympathy? I want to take back all the sympathy that I gave him. And I was like, yeah, girl, what the heck? Right, what the heck? Welcome back. Oh, I didn't tell you guys also. Before this, he also tried to gaslight me. I think I mentioned he tried to gaslight me into thinking it was my fault that he cheated. So we were still attending the same Bible study group at the time. And I think, fine, whatever, same Bible study group. But, hold on. Where's my body yaddy? There it is. I need to erase a small part. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that. So after we broke up, like the week we were having our Bible study, the following week, he basically asked he asked me initially, like, hey guys, or hey Hime, can I like meet you one last time? I just want to iron things out, like give me and you some closure, yada yada. And like, can we go out? Can we like go to a cafe after your school on Tuesday? And I told him, like, no bitch, I'm not wasting any time on you. Like, just I'll stay back after Bible study if you really want to talk to me, and then we talk. Because if you're gonna give me bullshit again, I'm not hearing it. So that's what I told him. And then fine, day comes where we are. Where's mine? Okay. So day comes, right, where we're having a, what do you call it, English mode again. Okay, 2 minutes start now. So right after Bible study that day, I stayed back, okay, and then it was just him and me, and I was like, so what do you want me to talk about? And he's like, I've been focusing a lot on God at the moment. I'm like, okay, good for you. Like, you should after what you did to me. And he's like, actually, I think you could really benefit from it also, like focusing on God and stuff. Then I'm like,
you're the one who has to fix things. I wasn't the one who cheated, so why are you making me do extracurricular Bible study? Hello? And he said, no, like, I was just really reflecting, and when I was consulting my friends, they were saying, like, you know, if you had been a more supportive girlfriend, maybe I wouldn't have cheated. And I'm like, huh? Bro, what? Like, that cannot have just come out of your mouth, brother, because you knew this was happening. I told you it was happening. I told you that you are starting to give attention to my friend more than you're giving attention to me. I was giving you all the signs and giving you chances to pull back from that shit. But you decided to pursue her anyway, bring her to your house, go out with her, and pursue her. And that's my problem? Like, no, I'm not taking that. No. I said, you have to work on yourself because you're deflecting on me. Hello? Like, and I'm not giving you a second chance because I've given you chances while we were in our relationship already. Like, don't even try to get back together with me because I have no feelings for you anymore. And I have no intention of pursuing a relationship with someone who doesn't even respect me at the most basic level. Like, no way. You go to your extra Bible study, you do your extracurricular Bible study and reflect on whether God wanted you to commit adultery in your mind with your girlfriend. No! That's bullshit! That's bullshit! And he also asked me, so are you seeing anyone else? And by that time I was, because honestly, I'm not someone who, like, especially if he gave me a clear reason to leave, I had no reason to stick around moping and feeling sad about myself. So I was like, I'm gonna go meet new people, you know? Clearly, the friends that I have in my circle and the guy that I chose previously are pretty shit. So I'm gonna go out and look for new people, right? Hang out, clear my palate a little bit. So I went on a couple dates and I was seeing a couple of people. Then he's like, I feel like if your jar is empty, you can't really give, and you're just deluding yourself into thinking that you know you have it all together, but you actually don't. And like, the only reason why I don't have anything together at the moment, if it were the case, is because you cheated on me with my good friend. That's the only reason I feel a little bit scattered right now. But in terms of finding someone else to date, I have no issue, okay? Like, I deserve better than what you did to me. So I'm glad I didn't take any time out of my other days to come and see you, because if this is what you had to do, if your closure for me wasn't you apologizing to me sincerely for the shit you did, I don't want to hear it, dude. The only reason why I gave you a chance and even bothered to take my time off after Bible study to see you is so that you could apologize. I thought that was going to be what's happening, but clearly that's not. So, hope to see you never. Okay? Goodbye. So after that, I never spent any one-to-one time with him anymore. But yeah. Now he is dating somebody else. I'm over it. It's been years, right? I'm over it. But I still think it's a pretty damn good story. So I'm gonna keep telling it. He has a new girlfriend now. It's from, I think, last year or something. So when I got over everything already, initially I blocked him everywhere, but once things blew over, I told myself I could take just seeing his IG and everything. I don't feel anything about him anymore, and he was still attending my church at the time, so I sent him an Instagram follow request, but he has never accepted it for all these years, so I just thought, okay, whatever, we'll stay unfollowed, I'm fine with that. But recently, he accepted my follow request, and guess what? He has a young new girl on his arms. When I dated him, I was about 21, and he was around 2 years older than me. It's been years since then. He's still dating girls who are 21. His new girlfriend is just as young as I was when I dated him back then. And it's been years. Ew. Like, oh. I feel so bad for the girl. I don't know if I should ever contact her to tell her what happened, because something tells me that he won't be honest about what happened with his previous relationship, aka me, because I was very well liked by his mom and dad. His parents loved me, by the way. They were hoping we would get married, all right?
So I don't know what kind of story he spun to tell his mom and dad. He definitely didn't tell them that he cheated on me, because his mom was cheated on by the dad and they're separate now. So he definitely wouldn't have spun the same story for her. And I'm quite sure he's lied to his family about what happened and lied to his new girlfriend about what happened, cuz who's gonna be honest? Like, if you already have a story that you spun for your family, right? You're probably gonna just use the same story with your new girlfriend so that she doesn't know that you cheated. So that's not my responsibility anymore, though. What happened to the friend? She did try to keep in contact with me, but at the time I felt like I couldn't because I just felt so betrayed, you know? So I told her, like, babe, I don't think I'm gonna be replying you from now onwards. I would love to continue being friends with you, but this whole situation has really made it quite difficult. It left a bad taste in my mouth, whether it was intentional or not. Okay, like, I know you had the impression that I knew and that I was okay with all that, but I wasn't. So at the end of the day, it felt like I can't trust you because you also didn't just ask me beforehand whether it was okay. Like, you didn't check with me directly. You just took my shitty ex's word for it, right? And went to his house with no one around. Like, nobody does that. I mean, come on. Yes, you were homeschooled all your life and you can play the I'm so naive. I've never had proper friends before. I didn't know it was awkward or wrong to go to your friend's boyfriend's house to drink when no one's around. But I feel like with the context, you should have known better. Okay, so even if it wasn't intentional, just take it as a lesson. Like, I don't know if I can be friends with you moving forward, but, you know, if it doesn't work out, then I'm sorry. It's just, I can't bring myself to be friends with you anymore. Like, yeah, like, come on. Like, come on. I would love to take her word for it, and I would like to believe that it was true, that she had no idea she was crossing a line, and that she really thought that I was okay with it, and because for the most part I am really chill, all right. I've never been the very jealous sort. I don't try to, like, dictate who my husband or boyfriend can or cannot see, so it's never really been in my character to control who they visit or whatever, or who they hang out with. But most of the time, if it's really platonic, you would just hang out with your girlfriend present, because why wouldn't you? Yeah, that was crazy. Anyway, thanks for listening to my story. I hope you guys have never had, like, this sort of nonsense happen to you, because it's hurtful and it sucks. It's hurtful and it sucks. Hey, Seavers123 and Asraf, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, the tea was hot, right? My life is not super colorful, but this is one of those. I have this nonsense. Okay, I'm working on some repo YCH at the moment. But yeah, feel free to come to my socials. Oh baby, unfortunately I don't have that much tea for you guys. For the most part, that's probably the hottest tea that I've had in my life. Okay. Yeah, but I'm glad you enjoyed my storytelling. If I ever have stories for you in the future, I'll be sure to share. Yeah, I think some of you may have heard it before, but it never gets old in my opinion. Like, the retelling of it, every time I retell it, it just gets better, because it's like the audacity just becomes more crazy to me, you know? Like, at this age, reflecting on what had happened, like, what? That's insane. Okay. Cat ears from Rufus. White wolf ears. Okay. This should be kinetic. Okay. White wolf ears. Okay, I'm gonna delete the layers that are not needed. Normal. Oh, that looks scary. Normal with which one? Tongue out. Oh, did I accidentally delete the tongue out? Oops. Ah, okay, got it. I missed going to a party once in high school, and my girlfriend at the time went to the party. My friends told me she hooked up with another guy. When I saw her the next day, my friends already told me, and she had a hickey on her neck, and I asked her where she got it from. She said she did it herself. Huh? Wait. That is the stupidest excuse. What it... That is very that is very logistically difficult. What do you mean give yourself a hickey? That's crazy. That's so stupid, man. What? She could not, and I broke up with her. That's what the heck? That's so funny. There's like so many other excuses. Insane. Wow, that's not. She wasn't even trying. She wasn't even trying, Gamma. What the heck? That's insane. This could have been a Reddit story. Her brain cells are icky. It's not even that big. Norway. Man. So what's crack-a-lackin'? Hi, Taylor. Welcome in. I was 14, she was 16, bro. She thought I was a dumb kid. Oh, man. Reddit r/am I the asshole? Oh, my gosh. Some of these Reddit stories are sincerely insane. I'm really grateful that I don't have a lot of, like, Reddit-level stories to tell. But, well... my friends certainly do. That's insane. Man. Still is right. Still is right. Like, what? So silly. Himi, it gets worse. What? That's not the end of it? Ain't no way. No way that's not the end of it. Did she try to get back together with you or something? What? What happened? White wolf ears, red markings on cheeks. Self-hickey, that's crazy. Good night, young salaryman. Thanks for hanging. Thank you. And thanks for the real talk as well. I really appreciate it. Her dad has to be Mr. Fantastic. What? Nini. Thanks for staying for the tea. That one was good. Why did I erase it? Well, it happens. I don't know where to put the fox ears though. I think I'll add a fox tail maybe. Oh, bunny transformation. Hi! She tried to apologize by asking me over. I came to pick up some hoodies. She had her friend younger and tried to offer her and went, "You can cheat on me in return." Huh? What? What the heck? That's crazy. That's what? That sucks. Oh my god. What even? What? That's sincerely insane, bro. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, it doesn't. How does that even work? Where's the logic? That's crazy. That's so awkward for the friend. Can you imagine if she didn't have a briefing beforehand and she's like, "What? No? What even?" She's just thinking you were being dramatic. Oh my god, what? That's crazy. For real, her friend got it straight out of nowhere. She's like, "Huh? What? What do you mean?" Poor thing. Man. That sounds... wow. She sounds real sucky overall. Mazami! Welcome in! How are you, Maz? I hope you've been well. Have you played Repo? I'm
I'm doing some repo illustrations right now. Okay. Hope you've been well. Thank you. I have been well. Things have been good. Haven't had much time for my games, unfortunately. Busy with like work stuff. Like bro, what? Like bro, what is so right though? Is so right. Always work, man. Like, how do you even... What? Oh, my kitties are yelling. Yes, baby. How may I help you? Okay. Oh, I almost forgot to change the rest of the thing. Yeah, why are you yelling? Oh yeah, if you want to meet my kitties, here they are. Yes, my kitty. My baby girl. She's being noisy. I think my husband's giving her some treats. So she's being a bit impatient with it. She's like, meow! Where a treat? Right now! I want treat now! She's so cute. Yeah. Yes, Mink. Cute kitty. I love my cat so much. She's been well, by the way, for any of you who have been asking. She recovered really well from the surgery, and it hasn't been... It's only going to fully dissolve by like start of June, so it might be a little itchy for her. So we are just looking out to make sure that she doesn't like bite on it or anything. She's yelling like she hasn't eaten in 10 years. That's her every day. She's just a liar. Yeah, good kitty. Good kitty is right. Okay. More meowing, girl. Why? We feed you every day. Hope the recovery as well. Yeah, she has been good. So I'm very, very thankful. Because her previous surgery, when she was getting spayed, she actually reopened her stitches. So we are very, very careful with her now to make sure that she does not interfere with the wound whatsoever. Because she's had a history of taking them apart. Thankfully, this time it seems she's been good. Hi, Yuppie! Welcome in! Thank you so much for coming. How are you? I'm so sorry. I think I forgot to greet you just now. My bad. Yeah! Why are you yelling? Why, girl? Why? Hi, Mel. Welcome in. I'm a little bit sleepy today. Well, let me change back my model. It seems like it doesn't reactivate on its own, which is a bit weird. Okay, we're back. You're gonna rest up soon, Hime? No, I got so much work to do. This is just one of, I think, a few more comms that I want to get out the way first. Go. Have a good rest. Absolute cinema. I'm gonna watch a movie tomorrow too. I'm gonna be watching the Project Sekai movie with some friends. I'm very excited. Gonna move this down a little bit. That's a cute effect. Yes. At my full support, Hime. Arigato, Choi. Thank you. Right, now we can see the results of our labor. Okay, let's go. Okay. So exciting. I love this part. Just getting to see what it looks like.
Be happy. We got I think one more meeple PNG to do. Oh, I gotta go pee though. You know what? I'm just gonna leave this one here. Is that me lurking? I love her. I need to go toilet. Can you give me? Oh my God! Too bad. Oh my goodness! I didn't know. Okay, my stream might end prematurely today with that. Oh, sure. Send it to me. Okay, wait, I'll be right back. Okay, I go toilet. I also need to refill my bottle. So, where's my? Okay, I'll play the ad while I'm away. Okay, see you in a bit. I thought my iPad went to sleep. Honestly, guys, I don't think I can continue because my battery is low. We could play some games or something, though. I don't feel sleepy yet, even though I have to wake up a bit early tomorrow. What haven't I done in a while? Let me see. Game time? Game time? OK，等一下，我来看有什么。Actually, I don't. I don't think there's anything else I need to do at the moment. Today felt so short though. Today's stream felt so short, man. I feel like we should have more just chatting streams where we just like spill tea. Crazy. I think it will be interesting. I do want to plan more stuff though for streams, but I've just been so swamped that sometimes it feels like I don't have anything else to plan. Okay, hold on. Let me set to just chatting real quick. Okay. Yeah, it's been a busy time. I've been wanting to do a lot more. I'm seeing like so many of my friends who really put in like their 101%. They quit their jobs to focus on streaming and they do really well, you know, after a couple months. And I'm so happy for them, but also it makes me wonder if I can do it too. I've been doing this for close to, I think, 5 years already. Come November, it'll be my 5th year, and sometimes it feels like because I've stagnated in terms of not streaming as often, because I'm no longer alive like all day anymore, that it does feel like sometimes I'm not doing enough to be relevant anymore. But I feel like it's definitely possible to garner a big audience while also working and doing all this. I always delude myself into thinking I can do all of it at once. I would love to be honest, to be able to do everything at once and really dedicate my time. But right now I don't have the luxury, unfortunately. Well, I'm gonna be planning some art co-working next week. Maybe we need a team. Yeah, honestly, I do need to expand my team quite a bit. Right now, I think you can do it. Just don't burn out doing it. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Zumi, thank you for the loves as well. Much appreciated. I honestly think that I could do it if I really put my 101% and if I really like was a bit more picky maybe in like the team that I decide to work with, because I don't know, it feels like a lot of the time I end up doing things on my own, whether it's, you know, coordinating stuff, whether it's planning for things. It ends up becoming a very individual burden, and it's been really tiring. I'm stretched so thin at work, and then I'm stretched so thin when it comes to VTubing stuff too, that I feel like sometimes I can't do this anymore, chat. Like, I'm gonna admit that there have been times in my VTubing that I just told myself I couldn't do it anymore and I don't want to do it anymore. But I was lying to myself when I said I didn't want to do it. I do want to do it. I know I enjoy streaming so much, and I love spending time with you guys and finding ways to entertain you and like really bring happiness to the space. But it's just the stress of it all, you know, like having to think about what to do, who to work with, how to get things together. It's been incredibly difficult, and I think I need to really try to offload certain things that I've been like further burdening myself with before I can keep moving forward on my own. Well, I would love to uplift others alongside with me if I ever do make it big. I think that's gonna be such an amazing feeling, you know, getting to introduce my very talented friends to a wider community. I think that would be amazing. But for now, I think focusing on the content is just as important. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. I do have a proposed content. I do have a proposed content channel. If you guys ever want to see streams from me, whether it's games you want me to play, I saw a couple already. Thank you so much, Brad, for sharing with me a different like games that you want to see me play, and I do want to add like check-in redeems and other stuff that should be quite fun, songs that people have asked me to try, but yeah, I think what's keeping me afloat when it comes to streaming, if I'm being very honest, is the art side of things, like the commissions, the the stuff that I draw for people, I feel brings in the money and brings in the audience. But I also really like doing it, which is nice. It's just that I wonder how I can really level up the rest of my streams. I think early on I've tried to do different kinds of shows and stuff like Himi's Design House, but those were very limited. I was always very limited in time. Like, what I mean by that is I only stream in the evening because of work, and because of that, it's usually only 2 or 3 hours because I have to sleep before 12, otherwise I won't be able to wake up. But I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I'll try my best. Next week, however, if any of you guys are interested, please come and join me because just in case you didn't know, let me share with you some stuff that's happening for Dojima this year. I know we just had our Dojima announcement stream, so I'll keep this very short because we'll be announcing the official full post and stuff shortly. But oh yes, so we've reviewed our Vito 2.0 designs already and they look amazing. I'm so happy with the 2.0 design. This is going to be debuting sometime in late June, so I do look forward to that. I don't think I'm going to be doing sub incentives. Maybe I'll do a YCH, maybe we'll do some celebratory art, but that's about it. I'm going to limit it to something that is more manageable because having lots and lots of incentives, I still have to catch up on a few. But yeah, I wanted to share that we're actually having a Vito art contest where you can stand a chance to win a XP pen drawing tablet. So I partnered with them for this competition, and you can also win exclusive merchandise of us. And that's all you have to do is to draw us, sketch us. It can be anything as long as it is a artwork that is less than created in less than 30 minutes. So the competition is already open and you can join over here where you can read all of the details over here, but a real-time recording of your artistic process will be needed during the submission. So this, I was thinking I could organize a co-arting session for people who are interested. You guys can just come in to call and I'll be doing my art. You guys can do your art for this competition if you like. You don't even have to do it for 30 full minutes if you can do a quick sketch. All of our entries, as long as they're appropriate, will also be featured during our debut 2.0. So I hope that we can get lots of submissions that we can showcase during that stream. It's going to be so nice to see how the community has portrayed us and how talented you guys are. So yeah, please join. 1 entry is allowed per form, so you can actually submit as many as you like. You can draw myself, minimal art caricature, in our 1.0 or our 2.0, or you can draw any of our mascots too. The only requirement that might be a bit limiting is that if you are an international entry or participant, then you will have to have somebody who is present in Singapore who can help you collect the prize. I can of course help you collect it if you're one of my hench bunnies, and then whenever I'm in your country or whenever I'm able to meet you, or if you want me to forward it for you, I can also do that. So don't worry if you are hesitating on submitting because you are not from Singapore. I can definitely help with that. So yeah, please come and join. There are a few, of course, guidelines, like it can't be AI generated, it has to be safe to showcase on stream, etc. But just read through the form if you're interested. You can find it over here. And otherwise, next week when I'm doing some art, I think I'll do a special Himi's Design House episode where you guys can come in and just draw the Vito girls. I think that'll be fun. I haven't drawn us in our 2.0 form yet, so I'm thinking of doing something celebratory for that. I also have to do a birthday art for Kochi because Kochi's birthday is coming up on the 7th of May. So I might be working on my Kochi birthday art then also. So do consider joining. Yes. What else do we have? Oh yes, we do have market merch that's happening now also. Hold on. Let me show you. Yeah, so my new merch has just dropped and you can start ordering them. We are placing a group order so that shipping will be split by anyone who is ordering. And you can also, if you want, order some of my old in-stock merch at a discounted price. So instead of this being USD, which is on my Ko-fi, you can order in SGD instead and make payment through online. yeah, 25% of all merch revenue goes to me as the creator. Please check out the catalog and the details and all of the stuff over here. And if I get your order, I can't wait to see you guys don my outfits, my merchandise. It's so pretty. I was so happy with the artwork when it came out. Like, genuinely so cute. This is the hoodie. This is one of my favorites, where they have the eyes featured in the front, and then at the back we have Himatoki with my celebratory outfit here, which I haven't made into a model, but you know, honestly, as I put my models side by side, sometimes they look a bit like the same because they're all pink, but they have a clear difference to me, okay? So, who knows? Maybe I'll get it done into a model when I have the capacity to. But meanwhile, thank you guys so much for continuing to support me. I know we have a lot of stuff ongoing at the moment, but I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you accompanying me. Thank you for lurking. We have hit 2,000 watch hours on YouTube. So for those on YouTube as well, thank you so much for your efforts. We are just 1,000 watch hours away from hitting YouTube monetization, which will allow me to earn ad revenue and start doing more with my YouTube streams too, like allowing memberships, emotes, more stuff. Yeah. So that's gonna be a huge help if you can help me over there. Alrighty, guys. I guess that's gonna be it for me. I have to go to bed because I'm gonna be waking up a bit early. I'm gonna be missing you until our next stream, which will be on Saturday. It's gonna be a very tiring day for me that day. But I would do my best to stay awake and play some Love and Deep Space. I think I'll be awake for Love and Deep Space. I mean, it's Love and Deep Space. Hime is never tired for Love and Deep Space. That is what gives me energy, you know. They have a new banner that is so gorgeous. I'm gonna be reacting to the trailer and then pulling, and then we'll maybe play a couple of the cards as well. So see you then. I'm super excited to see you soon. And for those who might want to join me for... Good luck with that, thank you! And for those who might want to join me for co-arting next week, it's probably going to be on one of the weekdays. Come by and let me know. I'll be opening up the invite really soon. I'll also be sending out some DM invites. So look out for that in your inbox and come join if you would like. Okay, I'll see you. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Ahukfin. I appreciate you so much. See you, Drat. See you, Dan. See you, Winged. Thank you for the raid again, Winged. Much appreciates. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Ruka as well. Thank you. And LJ, thank you. Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you guys again. Mwah. Bye-bye. Weevil, but you can't see. Weevil, but you can't see. Good night. Oh, we're gonna raid Fright Raisu, who's a friend of mine who also participated in Himi's design contest, as well as is doing YCH for Mental Awareness Month. So let's go. Bye bye, Nini. Mwah!